si ensuo atenabea ewo my Ghana emu na ne tetiro pa anan kramantamu wo kyerem se na no da ye ensuo to ye Ghana fo nyina yada ya ne kwatwe yawesi ya ehwere santamu ehunu bi sa ensuo ya kyese etoye ewo enkramantamu no eyiri fa de hye ni papapia nkoma kyekiru ane ye nuano mu a wo mkyekye ben amia ya ensuo to a aya na ta ha wo mo enam so nti ane ye wonu sai ko sa pam no twam no anu ache no sane ye beye na wo ma Ghana hunidie ma pa betumi adoso na afe ye to afia se na wi kyere korampo no a ekoba no se ensuo to a entimi nkonko yiri amfa de hye no nti no won mo mkyekye mia ya wodo a ebe nsuo nyina nsuo na afo ne nsuo atifi ye betu obia ai de afiri wo kyekiru ne wom a wom nkita enkrata se won mo kyena ho na asa agorasa sempa another dua na Greater Accra Regional Coordinating Council won mo de wo dwumade ahyehye so na tema sakuma no klagon ene ne fafra mu nyina ewo nklamantamu ena wo mu pie ya na won mo hwe sane ye beye na sansiesie mapa no ebetumi akoso Accra Regional Minister Mamalanda abna oklu wono so kopie mu ewase bia ne nyina da na nani edi akire na ye kwa homa no so na yakwa kodi enkomo ede afiri honom ye ne eye owura ne din ane adomba ekwa kokasa adoma adwoe
yeah.
Na I remember Okodie.
Yanko for Adam na Monswe.
Mo na wona wo ko honom boy nkomo ide na koso.
And rather and a better just say a TDC for a demolition exercise CB. Ewo chama complete 1 size 3 size 8. Na abo 9 eko honom eko ko hwe dia eko so ne coins na ye no kre. Ade atos ahodo a ewo ekwan ne ho ni na no. Enya dia na wo ekwan na no penem eya etra gata no nanso ewedan a aban esisisi woni na bebre enimo nwaya ebinom ebotire ebinom epam ade ebinom so etwitwa glass ne ade e ho no mo kise mo abie ho no mo de ye o madwuma ebimpo ye na ebinom kasa na mo kire se eyade a bebi ho no ma eye aduane ena mo aya amanfo bebre na eba ho no ebedidie mo ba ye no eyade a wabobom nkae se obi a amomode se obetu afiri ho nanso eyade a omon mpinifo edi nkomo ehwese ebetumi aboa na mpinifo beti asene nko waja ho no de ama no mo so mo atumi aboa mo no aduane ambowom nanso enura da mo ho no mo na mo hu se eyade a omo de kasa hodo na asujafo edi akire eba ya omo behugu edan no ana stores ahodo okoni na no edi free ho ema sabra meka se eyade a omo ase japade bebre yende wo store no we bia no ma se no se container no mo de excavate eyini na de afiri ho no mo a yekopie mo ho na akoya rehosem ye na ebinom kasaye na wona ekire se eyade a edumadi ni na kofa ba no ni mpinifo kasa mo hwe anim se mpinifo no be ba no mo atena se na fe asitene bia wo no nchekire bia wo no mo atumi akọ ansana se omo odumadi omo abedi a mo atumi abedi mpinifo anti ase omo ho no mo a ehwe senke mpinifo no ba omo ntumi ama aba omo ba ye na ekire se omo ni asujafo eba ye omo tumi eba begugu omo ajapade ene ade ebo awom ama omo nsa ko omo no edi free ho no
na aye hunu se videos bi abeba mo ntenso na se sofoma me bi kurampo kire se wono no wobaba kire wono mo nyenne ho no wo ye asore mokokoti bibi sa se ye wo mea bi wono mo asofo no ho no wono mo tie wa bere ye nsuo tenabea
bebi omo bubu ye no ho no enye ensuo tenabea nemum no eyade a ye bia amanfo no bi na etie na enhwehwemu a ye no de hu ye ne se ho no bia omo pe na omo aje omo de asi stores ahodo na omo ansa de ahan TDC fo no nemum no enye se ho no nsuo na efa ho enti no omo bubu because omo kire se yade omo abesolve ho no ma behwe omo tuo ni na ye omo ato edan na ewo ho no no bi apartment no na omo titim enti enim no a na omo abomodin se wode store se de be ya omo fro ka enkokrum enkoso omo kwa akoto ade nemum no omo atumi atwa omo ton ade obi nso etwem omo atumi atwa ade ho no mu a se de be omo ho ebe ha no enye se bi a edan ne esisinsuom anase bi a omo ye ne nsuo fa ho enti na omo bubu ye
yo na yanhwa sajumade sonkon ya awomo de hyehyɛ soe wo motumi kire ye brepoti a ebetumi ade ana
omo ntumi a kire sebia bedi mresin ansa mo ba be CBB ana se o mo ba bibi o na mu no o mo abubu o mo hwe anim se na binom bo kire se yade a mmia hodo a ebre bia besen ko mo bubu ye na yade o mo CBB a ho no ma akoda ne enwo tena bia na emmoa mo hu etena bia ehu na amanfo mo ho no mo enti won de mo zuzu se ebia o mo no aduane e no mpese ebo wo mo enu enti enam so ema o mo kodi se adwuman
na just say anapa ho anyade a ebesa akoso bie mu ana
sisi ade ye hwe anim se ye ya ntie se eyade admiration exercise na ngasa e di congestion na se ebeba so nemu enye no na eba so endura no be ne ye ya ntie se temane ne mpotemu ifan sakumo no kragon ne ade no omo beba ho akububu bia hodo a esisi nsuo mu nyina no nemu no yantumi anko endi akire esanse yenya ebre eninti be endura de si ye no ene de eye bia nkrofo bi te ono mo pese omo gisa ho no de bibi sedia binum ay no kasa ye ekire no omo pese omo gi ode ye bribi ene nam so mo bebubu ye
yo amaya fa wonsi na adehye no nkomo a wone wo mo boy no yentie bi emra sisi a why
yo me da se pa
me sume da se nyame show
ba air container on the side also person we see that wa e fie so ayato ya ka say personal property ye di baby ti say this wo fie a wo betimi akava wani eno so account awo bubu ya kitchen sin no ma nyina ka ho baby a nkofo tonto we hwede akoso me ko mani mpo ko bisa because bibi say ye mpanyimfo bia wo say no mo kasa no task force back up point man say they should take me on omunya me but me who say military for no more nyansa omuka say maintenance no me say then am say me a leader wa hanom na ba from director mpo me na kasa no hwe ansa no mu gento mu jojo ya kakra na ja omuja ye military ya de enti yes anu na ba who say baby adu no o ma target ye bi mu say ye na ye partisan politics nti anhwe ye bi o metimi akuye enti me fia be am say 1 hour ana me ni MD ni kasa say o mehwe de ekoso ana o ma reshem say oh nkofuna ko far beyond mono anka say nche bi obeba nche say wa ma no mububu no manya transcend dia ko yefia entimu beto ya de ekoso ni na say entimu say Ghana aye wo no ye democratic nation na say ye wo sa rambo style na say military ways
abusio na chese anono Ghana fo binom ana yache wo monkano na anochi no ana Accra regional minister Mama Londa abna wo close na no tu mo kire se wo bibia da wo mububu na dan bia wo nia no wo ya wa pa sansa ya wo mia ni bi wo no mu a eni kwa se nipa tena ho ana wo mu ankasa akwakobo won mo sese a won ma tena won je sane ye se na wo se wo nia se wo ye wadwen se wo bunua na wo de wagu asum na wo ni mra so a e wo sese ya ana ene wo ko.
It should be something that we should take it. We should own this exercise. As far as lives are being involved, properties. As I'm speaking, there are a lot of people who are even out. We've given them some place to stay in the interim. So we have to actively get involved and make sure that the right thing is being done. The fact that we have places that we don't experience flooding doesn't mean that we shouldn't be concerned. I mean, we are concerned not individual, but the larger picture is what we are looking at. Very much aware they don't have permits. When I engage them in my office, I ask them, do you have permits? I mean, who gave you the land? They couldn't explain. And so if a place is Ramsas, no one is above the law. The fact that we demolish a structure doesn't mean that we've affected that God. I mean, the structure should work for us.
I was Amrano Aya Juma San yes na Fatawari Aya Accra regional minister Mama Londa abna oklunia chenenka na wacheche mono ninata Aya ansha sonko ya Accra Regional Coordinating Council wamodi agwa kwemu na one more ashasa illegal structures awodo ya esisi enkramantemu miaya wodo ene kwanse esisi nyina no one mutumi eyidi free honom na wamanfo baka ya enche kura ana ka ashenkafo no waman so shanka de batu dwatro se ya wamia wodo pi no honom a chese adwadifo ma na mema one magie aboso ya se kwa bano sempanyifo anhwa na one month one amoa ebekwa kowie se wam so so do mo nyoma nyina ebegu fam na one mako strike e wo ma Ghana mu saade no kra ka ho bi ama enkramantamu anamantamu kaye ya santamantamu so de mu tintiman wam so de ose ayoyo ahwe se just adwadifo ma ene mema binimu a won magye kwan mu aboso na won mpesa asenkafo beto won wo ya kwantempo so no wobetumi yi won nyina firi wonom afei National Road Safety Authority won so kwan po shenka ya won de ba ya na wo kire se enche won ye Christian tata yohonu ya wono IGP post reprimase do won magana mu ekwakosia na won mato kese ahwe kwampa sade we wode befa so enti ni nyina no ka ho bi ana didimu abodobo a anam soma Accra Regional Coordinating Council no enadadua yi won so atu anamosa enti me bi te se tama sakoma no klagon ene ne fafra mu de adan dodo no a won madwiri ni nyina dade atogu ya wo kire se ebi wo hodomo a won mu ni permit kora se ba bi a won mo che no won mu tumi kina wo ma ne yeye ana ebi so krampo hodomo a sane won mu si dan no won ma kira wo mo hye enti wo hwe sane empanyimfo ma won mu etasa ensese ni sibi fine permit no sane won mu ankasa wo mo dan ne plans no won sese sitie no a won ma kira so a akodi ba bi a eni kwanse won mu die na ebro regional minister ma Melinda Okulu no eno sanso to aso kirem se ebra na adru so omuhia police escort se na be ya me ya bi ate se ye se wo mokwa akodi dwumadie bi a empanyifo atumi abom ho ban.
When it comes to flood, NADMO is responsible. I mean, people will be expecting compensation. It should come from NADMO, so they're actively involved in this. This reserve site, they are responsible. They are to make sure that the reserve site, they take care of it. This is Green Ghana, they have to plant trees here. And so they are also here to make sure that the right thing is being done. And the mayor as well, the MCs, they are all here. And so just after today's exercise, they are going to tax them. And we don't want to come back and see the structures raised again. We want to make sure that each time we come, like the demolition exercise in Accra, I mean, there are task forces around and they are policing the entire place. And so they should get us with police escort. It shouldn't be only the task force.
I was your way, Mamma Melinda Okulu Turn Kano, Accra Regional Minister. Now, as some into young Coman's way, now Yane Yera Dennis, a Jano Nati, and Quatrachi and Como, a Jano Nati, or your greater Accra, not more balls. Abanyakasia, Yamwajo, some person ye. What are my would deem in Yani?
Dennis, a Jano no intimate, I see Dennis at Jano.
Ajano nati mo yadasi.
Shiny from
okay.
From Agomeda.
Na not more matana yaboko die.
Anyamia dum boko next to anya boko. So I say you na started to turn it there. Say yenda you say you munape. Na you started prefer in other districts, you know, because we are still in the preparedness stage. Preparedness stage, you know, Boabwa Niama ABC issue crime and Niama creative flood, you know, if you people Mansana, issue non-wide.
I mean, himself, Sergeant Media Sunquia, Masha Siamudi, a Yamamoni, a Juma Cras, and some way, dear, and that Yashamon so, Sunny, must be a clean baby, and dying quasi Sicily, what's this year, my year, Jumanua, a quacama, Yamamona, Yamisa. Send your number to Sana Munyano.
Medasi, Obibeka say, ABS a crewman eating. Yankasa and then I bubunian sono a bibia at least your wabada. Nanso, we a Timamufa Masuyan. Ah, Yamma demarcation. And there was a common as I speak to you, we are still here. There was a common Ramsar side, it's an opa. And I am per se, and Kayabe, Pamachin, Tabebu, Obidaya, or this now, so in Shishaw, we see that Shishaw at the Sunya permit, and Sana we see Dino. And I want Miami have been to ye chat to her, a bit is a Ramsar side. So, she see a flood in a year about Sakumono area, any Ashaiman, and a Kunkatamanso area, Muhona. It's as a result of Ramsar site, yeah, in Kluchi. Ramsar site, the baby, ye chat to her, and I can ensure to answer me, ensure no Papa, who a punimino. Down on a puniyama, if you know, bet take time our Ramsaho, and Sana across our punim. You see, Uncle Post, and when Cruchy boundary now, Yamano, and I dying, and one thing to say, almost feeling, don't the Ramsa near baby and shooting, and almost the waste material, normal failure, reclaim land, almost to see a time. Over here, dying to see her. And then you should not pay into Minko. Now you should not intimate Hano, a bear affect your mom, baby and Sony Kibano. for the first time last year, the one say a China mall was Shima flood here. And yet because of anything, because of almost failing Ramsar site with impunity. You catch them say moon die, your mom abandoned in our munti and almost. And then actually this is an exercise that started here from 2023. Until 2023 document in the Kita a boundary forestry commission for Accra Wildlife Division. You know, I'm on a Ramsar site in Shomasi. Until you're not area to man until your boundary and Sana you put in. We share boundary now about 300 meters from the main lagoon. And on a human face, they allowed 100 meters to go. Until they created new boundary, and still people have encroached that new boundary and they are moving on. Because I can't no more close to lagoon area. Until you are here, there and a war, what boundary him there. But as we speak now, you put three-story building apart in Birmingham and San. You go to Kwa, you go to Nyakano. And then they go over 21 to see a bit of more and there is no, once you fall within the boundary, there is nothing we can do. And it's very unfortunate. But we have to do this to salvage Amwa. Now because of Obi Juma Obi Dintino, now I might interrupt them, I affected. Until you have Jumedia, you did not Emma or mine in Koso. That would be our own tunnel. Because Baby, I say, men sit down, men sit down. Obi Babeton as I say, who say, you Mupano to assassin. Who be sit down, who need permit, I would sit down. Until the call baby crying with before. Until the best room. Wow, himself assassin. You share in there, demolishing him when your bone pillars were high, which means in Copasa, still more encroaching. It was as I had a pouch, don't even come and start. Because once it comes up, it will go down.
Na where water room boy kakra yansan so momoni adwuma sansa ya te samo ya sa demolition exercise ya moda so sesebra hai moya ade pa jama muni di yampo na wada roma boy mko hu bi se bi mo sra mo sa de aduru no de nka mom twentwa so kakra ba se enafua no ba mienu ntam no mo fanyi wo mo no yama na munya sa challenge ni bi
say answer na the best start demolition no yeah recording license and yeah Reiki say yeah baho you did kind be bahan mo 1 month ago yeah baha e be show ma say dan bi mpo yeah buy no dan no foundation pen wa yeah buy o ma to rufi can you imagine ya be show mo yeah be bomb ko say yeah be baha baby a who see dan na yeah buy o ma rufo a plaster yeah be bomb
what ma ade no a mudi kan be bo won mo kokwa asase no
exactly 1 month ago, yeah, Bahanomo, and all these structures were spared because you feel so young bomb cofansa. Into your Bahaya and demolish it, and never bomb cofa said, baby, I'm sitting down way, and yet, yeah, call by and I abandon the roof in my plaster. And so that one, there is nothing we can do about it. Into the Esramo, and one church, we were there. Unfortunately, no church, be almost they said, Moyare. And I walk until I'm 1 week because you see people I are for fine.
Okay.
And we've given that human face. Yeah, mom 1 week. Now I'm you'll be a movie, then we come and pull it down. Because once we have started, we are not stopping until every building within the buffer is down. And then June we move. Now do my green Ghana ever boy and I and Viana reclaim the lost Ramsar site. And we hope that the immediate animal win now. In short, usually will a chin in a super brass. The intimate in Accra, at least it will be minimal. Now, on conform what the rightful place is almost almost before almost
you. Now, you're done say, young shall my dear Yamudi. You know, some brother, and so a basso hay is and now, and I feel now Combasa to us.
Like I said, we are on about the 23rd house. This is about 3-story apartment. Which are and Mamina Baha, but there is nothing we can do. Mami, I'm not forest before Baha last month. Or we eat you, edit you mochi. You catch anything who are within the buffer. Don't do it. Okay, eat you, but you see, by now we security. If you want. You can challenge it. So ye palm cho ye be bomb kokwa e omuntie. Forest before ba have a catch you. That time our foundation say mean but them baby a we see dan and yet okoyi todi omochi and omokoye. And then ye osu and what can we do?
Now why no yabaka
and then the back and obema at the stopper. So every build once you fall within the boundary, you go down. In Penifo baby about a musoja for a customs officer, someone almost die almost see the mama, but there is nothing we can do. We have the drawing with us. And you know, once you fall within the boundary, it means that they were educated, they were prompted. Say don't do it, and they've done it. First question is, do you have permit to build? No. If you don't have permit, then it means your building is not supposed to be where it is.
Now, when you say Ghana, no, a young son, Yatana Siamana Yasa, say, Obu on Webinisa Wakas, Obu on my winning crata, Kurani to me crata, a man of Quansa Watana baby at a sound, so what to walk. Yatanas and Yayan Shahai, Amasa, dear Yahui, and AGYA and some more.
Yes, I think most of this thing is leadership. And His Excellency in a resetting agenda, it is a union idea. When yes, sure, say President Bet now say Yumbubu be dying, Obi Juma, why Yumbubu ne dying. But yen to mean that my old dying, we see since you Ebeha Obi. Ama Obi to Japadia, why you know, but some of the places are and flooded that. But because of this unauthorized structures, ATC, NTC, Ama or Horn Master flooded. Oh. And you know, say we in a liquidity problem. Let's clear it and make sure everybody is free. And then President President Yembe will be say, but ye no obia hontono. If you know one fine, ye planning year, uko broche uko places wa omo baby a if you kwan and that of they don't have any problem. Sebi if you know turn year ebe pass through the level be bad within a shortest time ebe ko epunim. But see if you na kasa ne ye de anya esi na esi dan. Intuition to intuition be fine. It's your turn. Intuition be fine. And to know exercise where ye paramount for show. They should just give president the support. Say 1 year, 1 be or mind ye me know dear. Say who ne me anya. Into know it's a duty call. Say whatever the mandate is within the boundary there, we will make sure that every building, once you fall within the boundary, you go up.
You
and ye be to the baby I be do be and you ever has still a juma. It's an opaya buyer. Or mine don't see.
Or mine who don't
because in so bit matter in Mary, in so bit matter or China. Baby, I say a major season in the Babylon, June, July. So back I see June 3rd, and maybe a month we because of flood. And so people should give us the support. That is all we need.
You were done as Yenim Sawabra and Tien how bebre. Na ye jawa mu akokora no ye koye nimu no asonde no de nim sagana de AGYA wo bia ba ye de wo pe enti akoba ne seye no a mohyase a modwiri dan bi guo no wadaro mo ne coordinating council fo mo de hye bi foforo bi begu akwam sana ba ye dan yi e bia bosumi mienu ntam wo no mo nsa me hu se sa dan kro no aya sasisi.
Yes, in this year nyame aduma MMDC is in ITK office. I think that AGYA was so central. But all the 29 assemblies notice in before into year empower Opia because this place is under Tema West. It is Tema West engineers or planning officers. Yeah, the human there is something that we will move everybody for that one. Who the engineer? That is why all the assemblies has task force. And you know, task force they say we are monitoring day in day out. They should be coming around because you see that one day. They're dying, you better start excavation, you do foundation before you come. And then one day, it is a dying level where it means until we have taxed and empowered all the engineers. Once you see something, and unfortunately, sometimes the local task force, they are mostly being overpowered. So I'm on both sides now. And it means that you need a heavy security presence. And any assembler, Minister Shawmo, who assembler, BBC AKOSUA, now here security, you call on the RCC, the national security will get involved, and then they decide.
You, what are my Amiano was sending some money at Juma, Yami Yaduma, watching a basan swab on China, baby exercise, and my Drubian, what are my Wabby Winchimu?
Yami
Shaupa. Awusa niana ne bon komoyi AGYEIWAAH Dennis ajano nate ana yana no akasa yano wabanye parwa ya Greater Accra Regional NADMO Director ana yatese wacheche yemusa ne nei wanma shase a emiaya hodo yatese wanma sisi adan asi ensuo kwan so nyina no wanmo etu ase no mo kyerese bi mu kra de wanmo bo kokwa no ba saboso mentem ana mo ka kire wanmo ene mo kwayi a wɔn sidan ne kora abɔso na sa soɔde mu garo pa anya asɛm ketewa ma wɔn nte so odogo bi mpu nu abe na ngamfa sɛ wɔn makɔkyia na ma na adwuma ma na gye so yɛ ayɛ enti aka wo bia ma hyɛ wɔn mabufu a wɔn madwiri sa dan ne kora enso ato aguo no nsi aka seɛbɔ ana duru so na hyɛ no so an saka seɛbɔ yɛ de by Leicester Company Limited one AGYEIWAAH toothpaste and the brush ata yechie wenya portion papa ye beboa wo ama wo se no ankasa gina so na fe ama wo se chiri bramo no enya ahoɔden mapa AGYEIWAAH toothpaste and the brush enkoda hia bi mpanyimfo hia bi efia biya mu ene kwan so AGYEIWAAH toothpaste and the brush epa wo ho 0501 61 9588 and kranfo betumi afre ana koma senso ye 0501 390338 ahomeka hit patch ni ane eya ahomeka hit patch wonya bia wawie kura ya wo be na ha wo ebi tetew ede wuti nananom ama wo sisi wakiri bremo waposo etwa se yuyuyu ko adwuma ba wo tena sentena de wonya ya ahomeka hit patch o ebetu ase deku ansan so mabie mu da Kumasi Accra Cape Coast Eastern takwade won sabeka 0599 802 297 0599 802 297 Reson ye jina ni adan hotel ye ba kase bon hot bite and to aso no eba
Abusia Adwoa Asare na chese kase bono ena yede eto hot bite no so ede amamonsema hodo a yede ba che kuroi ne yede mu akoti ni bi ene se ye kase chema wuntumi iyo company fo akodoa no wabra na wo free CID honom na wodi nanim e kire fie
Yewura abansoma na babenso de atoso se obi bia ni ho a wode nkatanimu bi akata nanim ekwa akwahye mrechi
Omampeni John Dramani Mahama akopiemu ewo Africa Development Bank wo mo 60th annual meeting ya ekoso ewo Abidjan samahodo a wode atudwa ye de ho amanebo ebremu
ebede adwasa ECG containers bia yira ema Ghana ye bo ho won ma ebaburu nu ya nyina broi na nhwemu abede adwa minority na eka se san enye no kore ni nyina wotema porto
empenifo ebo amane se Free Senior High School and Shisheni say di atadwe omanfo ate de sansa won betrem e de akọ ankrankre suku ahodo ni mu
Chief Justice ya say wasensan ho ne nanka fom e tro krata bi de kosanka Supreme Court wono ma ete ne badwa no so a wo mo saman ne nsemu no yenyi wo mo mfiri ho na Attorney General so wasore tia ye bewuram na hwese de mranaka
Abusia ensem no doson enkoma hodo ne yebedidi ewo kasebo mu ebeboa wankasa wadesua anwumre enti kan ho firi sabre yakopem se no nson ebebo ne emfa kasebo no emfa emamo na akenkanfo a yede nsem no ebremu Adwoa Asare animidin anwumre mene
triple amen APPIAH Apam DADAA ena afi
AKOSUA AGYEIWAAH KODIE buatin
Abusia afei yamfa ensem no enchiremu ennane moe yesase edi afri New Patriotic Party NPP amanyoko no asante mantemu dwamtireni Bernard Ntwibu asiako ya akrom ha de dodo no a ebone mrane frɛ no Chairman Wuntumi na sesi ade bibia anya atumi no yi ye kasei Economic and Organized Crime Office yo company fo wo madoa owura ne sei kabo na ne nyina ene se enne wo kopie mu ewo Criminal Investigations Department CID adwumakuo no emu so de ne ho ekwa akɔkyerɛ sɛ de wo mo de tu dwasa wonye ne pepepe na efri na wɔtwe atwa mu na Chairman Wuntumi si yadi mpelifo kɔ na kache ya wo mo invite no sɛ nkrofo bi tenetene wo mo nsa ɛwɔ no so ya de ɛda no tiri so ɛne sɛ wo tu efoma gudie ya ɛmfa mra kwan so ɛwɔ mai emu ɛne ukɔ forest reserves ahodoɔ no a mpelifo ɛkyɛ anamo a Chairman Wuntumi etu no enya de ɛbɛboa wo mai ɛwɔ kwan bia ɛso ensɛm no ɛbɛtɔ odwa no abusuafo owura naba bechire mu se enya de se wono woye gadam se bia e wo omayi emu enso no ye tema wuntumi asem a wo ka eno ena nura CID photo nsafre ne se wo mra no won fa ne ho mechire wo koy pepepe wo mo ka kire ne se enne ade tia won san emra mpampa wo ne na lawyer fo wo ma nya sobra kire kopie mu e wo CID fo ho no mu a wo de won ho ko kire ye no obi nim de ba yo wo mo ko kire ye bibia didi nkomo esese wo mu di wie ye ya wo mo jai tema wuntumi se won ko fie no ena kire se mpenimfo nso eyeyo kompenimfo abobana no hono mu akoye Facebook hono mu ye the videos no egu hono mu abetimi enya bi na wahye abobana no hono mu a ena iyo kompenimfo nso ebeso ni mu na operatives a wo mu free asoye hono mu no adwen popotin ya etai sa arrest na chi de mpepe ya ye kasa yi wo mu ntimi fa enchiemu maaye ena wo mu nyamfa official statement bi so ma bonten se bia ade ana bi enti ene yakoso operi no pa akire enti ye de ni edi nsem na chuti se chairman bema na aye mresei video no na da ho no kope bi hwe o e wo Sompa 106.5 FM ye Facebook page no so ya na de Accra no asoso jawadwenkyere no e wase efama ye ebrebe mu a ye bekenkan ni nyina e de ama ho
ene ya so se Leicester Company Limited a won ma ye Yas toothpaste ene toothbrush no nsia bere mu kase ye bo yari free Sompa 106.5 FM Accra na enam bebia wo manyi na pon na poso semframa na yede to awosue na medowura Ghana mrasha badwafie sade awiemu wo ba ya chirichie ebo so kire yense mrasha badwafo akwa asetena nenso wono munya hu se speaker yewura abansoma na babentogbega wono na eba betena agwamu sanse wo ko Russia se wa ba na wo maaye no san wa ba na wotena puntine na emun wode beto so se eniema bi koso asabi honorable members no sansam na enya honorable entwaye ye fa wo mo ho ho abo se wonu ma hwe ye mra ho nsam so ana wonu ma hwe bambo so no wo de krata aba honorable members mesi wakoka nsem bi de ni kwansa nka wo ka panin kasasa wo badwam enti ehia no nom ne ho ade ene wo chese sade wo mo dwumadie tie na emra ebo wo mo ho ban ene sabio sade ewo se wo mo pagya wo mo ho ekokosie no eni kwansa obia de ne ho kofore fomo asemu na ebewie na mre di nachi ba beche no na wadwana ba beche mre nachi na yewura ba bense efiri ne de kro no wuni a sabio wa onye wo ho se ne die wo de be manso na nsonso de ne die amawo na obeya ma efin bia bata ho no emra no eba ebegyawo yemfa nkate wanim enu achi wono mo nso ebepe ba bia tena bom mfita duku na waye de ehia wono mo a eja mra se badwa adwuma no ede ato ho enu nso nyade a sabre ya wo mabai ebeduma boa aresete Ghana no wombema sanema na akoso ana wombe soso.
Parliamentary privilege is not immunity from lawful inquiry. It is not a license to disregard the law. The immunities granted to the House and its members are designed to protect the independence of the legislature, not to obstruct justice. These provisions are institutional safeguards. They were never intended as escape routes for honorable members. Where allegations are raised, due processes must take their course. Our position and my position on this is unnegotiable. Parliament will not stand by while members are subjected to unlawful or politically motivated persecution. I've been an opposition leader for 8 years. I know what I'm talking about. But neither will Parliament offer protection to those who seek to misuse its privileges to frustrate legitimate investigations. I will not shelter anybody here in that direction. I remain committed to fully upholding the constitutional and procedural protections afforded to every member of this House. The dignity of Parliament requires that its rules and privileges be respected, but it also requires that we do not mistake privilege for impunity.
Eno Ghana mrasabadwafie trene ya woda wo ma no yewura abansoma na babe togwega ene kasa yeyi na wowie wa amananso ho ene dedue ya wo mo kwa asetena bio no wosan de beto so se nipa bi mu wo ho a ya bobo wo mo din ya wo no mo hwe ani mu se appointment committee ebetena wo mo eso na afi wodo so wo mo ama ewie na se wo hu so nsa abrobe na wo hu san a wo no makwa akwaye adwuma e wo Supreme Court ene na afa na emu no wɔbobɔ no wɔbɔ ewura justice sir Dennis Dominic Ajay afi justice B Simon Suabere wɔbɔ no nso ne din ɛna wɔbɔ justice Senyor Zamafe wɔno nso wɔbɔ ne din sɛ wɔka ho afi justice Kweku Tawia Akaboafo wɔno nso wɔbɔ ne din justice Philip Bright Mensa ɛna justice Janapare Bates Kojo wɔno nso wɔbɔ ne din justice Hafiata Amale Boba wɔno nso wɔbɔ ne din sɛ wɔka ho enti wɔno mo nyinaa wɔn mo hwɛ ne mo sɛ mpanimfoɔ bɛtena wɔn mo so na afi wakuse wɔn mo sankan wɔn mo ho na sɛ wɔn ho san a wɔn mo akɔyɛ adwuma ɛwɔ wɔn man yi yɛ kɔɔto kɛseɛ.
I was say to us on your Guswada, General Margana, Sabajafie. Majority leader, your May Sabajafie, and Munyan for Mahama Ayariga. Now, I don't know the two just says a Quabas or my piano. Winya Mampaninipa, Yawa do a Remusama Panini, John Dramani Mahama, and Mani Yi and Aswa for Payomba Sumo May Sompa, Ami and Yamwaka, Pasano, Quabana Sanwa. Wanyama benina which me papa part mount nan shranka nyame sa abraham panyini wo yi so for basho magani sika samso no Dr. Keso ato forsen eno kobo ne din a amanei wo man ni sidi no anya nantu papa gina so na kwa ekɔ nanim aka wo bi ama wabɔ ne nsam srasrasraw ɛwɔ mrashe dwafie ade ama Dr. Keso ato forsen se wa ya ade papa se no ne din no asesa afri ato forsen no akɔ Forsonomics ya chase ni nyina no yese waboa ma Ghana no chase economy no se gina ne na so ani ya bandada na penso kura no a wo munya vice president na economy no wote edidi mu odware mu okura no wantimi anya ne saa na ebro yewura Mahama Ayariga wo gina simpie so mra sebadwafie na ne papa wo wesa ne borofo se akọ ede agu ho no se yi eno kan nsem.
Where $1 traded 14 a few months ago today engineered one of the strongest currency rebounds in recent financial history. The numbers speak for themselves. 21% appreciation against the US dollar, 16% against the UK pound, 41% strengthening versus the euro. Where $1 traded 14 a few months ago today, it exchanges at just over 10.94 Ghana cedis. This isn't just statistics. It is translated into real relief for Ghanaian families. The strong showing of our Ghana cedi is resulting in significant reductions in fuel prices, in commodity prices, in food prices, and in the prices of general goods and services. Right, Honorable Speaker, there is a new force and a new myth in the management of our economy and finances. It is called Forsonomics.
I will say for not just someone no majority leader. Yewura Mahama Ayariga and Yaten can and what you know and whatever to judge us abano guahoboa and then Shama Paso Sen Yabeya Yebenya Mra French Yababa Bra Ebra Bambia Batana Conyaso now by an Adjudicator Chief Justice or you know Eddie Freehold.
Right, Honorable Speaker, the Attorney General will also introduce several subsidiary legislation. They include the Corporate Insolvency and Restructuring Regulations, the Court of Appeal Rules, Economic and Organized Crime Office Operations Regulations, Economic and Organized Crime Office Terms and Conditions of Service Regulations, High Court Civil Procedure Amendment Rules, Interpretation Regulations, Judicial Service Terms and Conditions of Service Regulations, Legal Aid Commission Regulations, Supreme Court Rules, and very significant removal from office of justices of the Supreme Court rules. The President, John Dramani Mahama, is determined to fast-track legislative reforms to strengthen our institutions of governance and further entrench our democracy. The President is committed to legislative clarity with transparency when it comes to the constitutional mechanics of the removal of justices of the Superior Court.
I was your way, I am majority leader, Yewura Mahama Ayariga. Na ya kwa mano so na ne amane bonia wato yankra efrema sebadwafie na ya twitwi akwa KODIE enkomo na madwoi nana ya wote menka nana ya wote menka madwoi ayo na wona kwa mra sebadwafie ho no boye enkomo yi se yankasa na ho no nsem no na esi etie se na mra sebadwafie na nuama ekọ Mama ya wote menka
me tenka o me yaba
mo bo men komo se na na mra sebadwafie koi
Many a mamma was near Kunya with the Sonia Manabon, Madisan, both a year plan to be started. And Abraham, I said, the Jan Cross, now Mokotna, Sonia Mangana, a doctor, a woman, share the feeling, la same someone. Speaker of Parliament, Abans, Mana King for Thousand, or the Nanidism Sugar. And as some back one no about the room, men may watch us with dim my subject for yell. The best thing I care for the Kaya. My subject, the dinner chamber of Parliament. A year comment to be said, Dr. Donato as my rolling, or you within Barno. Some I said the you cannot cast as them. A best thing, Obia Bunya Bunasum, Obia Person of the training for all cast as them. Because I didn't see you when dim na sebeda for na ho yaw. And so o say, Tanya was a committee subcommittee in Koyan Shemu. Tanya be ya woni pa ko ka ta asem no. E be hunintin o twen asem committee nsen on report beba. Na oni pa ko na amla sebeda ni e ko ka ta asem no. O de na famra kwan so. Anu achi no edom kuma ni so trese, wo be ya o ma famu die bia de aboa ban. The Monsa de Abai to Nema was a from one more better than a bear, a bind to Miss Kabia, Emane, Emoso. Now, a dear ranking member, the Foreign Affairs Committee, when young for a book in a body dresser, a young who from a system, say, lay Oka, Washington, D.C. Ghana Embassy, yeah, walk on a tomb, or the dresser in Kodie, when you conscious. Now, one far and Emma to two now come. I never been a call, that I just say, and say, sign Bentino. Really, never be a meeting Abu Boss.
Yo, yada say, I know woman your boy, I would day a bray. I was your way, a year and a year chichi, Russia, but your fear and not your turning Kanayantua and some no eso.
Abusia yetwa ensem no so ede amamwa omampani His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ede atu dwase na nsem ntem ahoden sronko ya aba omesi kasidi ya yedi emu no etimi aboa amaniema akoyie pa oman no eka ya na eda hodo mu na ekeka ko 150 billion Ghana cedis no ahode enam abasidi no munti aboa ma eka no kra so tenka kranka wode nsem we nyina etudwa na eye enhyiamudie ya etoso aduosia annual meeting African Development Banker AKOSUA ewo Abidjan manu emu eho eno mampani John Dramani Mahama wode sansem no ekotudwa wo kire se afempi no ani aduonu watwe 2028 na nka NDC aban kura de wo man yo madwene se eho no wo ma sete wo target aduro se anye bi kro ha mu chichemu beye aduonu num ekosi aduonu watwe de na wo matimi ate oman eka ye de so se ekame akwa se 2028 no kura nyanro target no woma duru kura ntem achene afia wom de si woma nim senka wom ye bibisa no no wo si enye bibia keke na emom no aban ya abai bosumi enum ntem woma timi ahwa toto ne madi nkoma hodo aboa amasidi na ahode atimi abamu a ye kasa kura wom wama no ne ya wom pese wom de wom sika be hye nwumadi ahodo emu ewo Ghana ha sesi a wom gidie no 100% eye fu kura yi obi ba ehu bia enimu no wo si we ya wom se enyade se ebesi ha ya wo mo bekosoa ayedwuma na aboa mo mino sikasem entotoye no atimi agina brane.
One of the push factors for the debt is the strength of the value of the local currency. Our debt continued to multiply because the cedi continued to grow weaker. And so you needed more cedis. Because our public debt is stated in cedis, the weaker the cedi becomes against the foreign currencies, the higher it pushes up your debt. Fortunately, some measures we put in place have recently begun to show results and the cedi has been strengthening. And so we've reduced our total debt over the last 5 months by almost 150 billion cedis, which is very significant. And so if that trajectory continues, the target of reaching 55 to 58% debt sustainability by 2028 will be reached by the end of this year. And that means that it gives us fiscal space to begin to invest in the most productive sectors of the economy. But like I said, we need to look inward, boost domestic revenue, cut wasteful government expenditure, fight corruption, and introduce better accountability in governance. And that is what the focus of my administration.
Omampenye His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
ene ye free mampani de so a ma yenwura mrahye badwafie bio ene bra badwafo no kwa asetena no wono bugusu a de wano kwa kwasie na donkuma ne pie ne wonko ye nsankyerofo nhyiamu na wono monkasa ya Yura Collins adumako mensa ya wono ene ye mrahye badwani edema adehia wono mo afigya kwabre north abato mpesua no so efra nsankyerofo no ode etu animu se enche bia ana ekokoda adwase ECG containers binom ayira na ne yira ayira nyina no sabio wono mo ka na yahyeha na fe ase yede kwa akohye te se donkuma no bra na wo mote akonwa so ana se wonom eyoye na emu no ana honorable Collins adomako mensa ya wono ene ye emrahye badwani wo friends antrofo no wode to so ache se sasamwe no wonom ebo so ma ekokọ wieye no emanipa ho yetantantan ma yewra dubik kura mahama wobeka se nyade container no betimi ayira na mom yenkohwe port ho na yenhunu se ewo ho anase ni ho isanse wonom ewo ho hwe so no enyade bi betimi afa wo mo nsem akọ abra yenhu babie nam ekowie kura no na mpanimfo ne nam warehouse so ahodo se wo mo hwehwe enti ekwa na yehu se cables bi gu baabi kura enche na wonom ko India ni bi warehouse na mo na eho ade se na containers ne nyirae ne nyina wo port ho na dodo akura wo mo kire se tie no ebro saa na honorable ka se yewura John Ginapo wona yeso afo hwe ya ho de ne ho nsam so sade wo kama Ghana fo de ya twa pia si wo ma no won sa mejira badwafie ho a sanse ba bia kyekyeraboa ehwa na isano na won sa ma mesane nsam no na Ghana fo nte ente saa de ansankyerofo mo na mo ka ebam titiri ne sompafo a mo som Ghana sompapa ya wiase nyina aka ho ensemi monfanko na ne ansankyerofo ho na ya kyerutwe efa bi de to aye
containers be ECG for Accra. Yes, AGYEIWAAH. Minister never catch a parliament. Senate committee a was set some investigate containers AGYEIWAAH. Close to 1,130. TV resources minister and national security for now. Every containers no factories. And then I bet there one casa from the Ministry of Energy air catch say containers are almost AGYEIWAAH fit them apart. A favorite or more than twice the number now. Almost AGYEIWAAH free port no port one casa. What it means is in someone here to take containers no AGYEIWAAH. And yes, and it's the said the former managing director of CCG to be can say containers no 8 million and that it should be in the possession of the Ghana Port and Harbours authorities. The dinner and then I did say that containers I say I say now containers in our ports. Yes, national minister said one back to parliament. No a full briefing of the issue about the containers. Who shared daily graphic reports now almost say you could retrieve the containers now. Now I quite said the containers naira and I feel no more and just say that containers in our port according to the daily graphic reports. The best media for Mufankono Biante said your Mokano and yes, and it's
Ghana's ni training Kwajon Council Lewin, Nikuro Mahinkro, honorable member, one lady, one moso. Yura Collins Adumako Mensa, one no and a casa ye, bra or friends and trophy shemu, elbay fiwa, Wujina Don Kumano and Nemo. Na and Tama young Ramrem, Eddie law, Akalone, every law for no may. Na wait dear. Sadie Ghana ye Chief Justice Mame Gertrude Araba Esabato Kono say ne nan kan from ewo ni dwumadi awodie mu ya twena sensen a prima facie ye de afa ba besi ne punachi ya wonhu se wo kwa ata na se wo kwa adwoa ya Ghana fo bi nso kasa ewo ho no na adama wo twro krata ere kokoma Supreme Court fo senka wo momfa won sanyununu ento dwumadi ahodo bi a wo mpese wo mu ye titru ene badwaku a wo mo atie se wo mo hwehwehwe ne nsemu ye ekodu ba bia na wo mo to aba no na emu na asemi aban lawyer pani wono nso ahuru a wagina mu yewra Dominic Kanyene na boboa no na eno nso ensemi firiba na sa wo mo ebegu badwaku no anampo Supreme Court de ne nsa beto so no aban lawyer pani a wono ne gina ban na namu na wode aban nsem ne bibia ekoko gina mmeremu Penny so etune na ede asiso na sade mu nsamte no eje se edi lawfo no a wo mudi mra na onim mram ene wo mo etime kamera no hot bite so aka lawfo no ene betimi a kire yen na ene so nyo bia na ye patwere a yetime koda no e wo mram se lawyer William Kusi Penny wo ye private legal practitioner wa ben wo mram pa Eja kusi wote anka nwumre sompa no nsia bre mu kasa ebo hot bite suni ye mo adwo mo akwa abo
me je so nya
na emra boboa no bibia da ye de
so far so good you go to agriculture mra that chima be benefit every
ye da twede ampon ase eho ye som papa na na eguso de som Ghana fo na sade aban lawyer pani wa suspend CJ Chokono ne nsɛm a wɔde bae sɛ yengu badwakuo no na enu achi nsokora wɔno mu a sɛbio wɔ mo ɛko ɛde atia no a wɔbɛnya nka yayi no ɛde afiri ne dwumadie mu no sɛdeɛ papa yi de wɔno nso wa suspend saa nsɛm no ɛba mmere mu a sɛ na ne nkyerɛkyerɛ mu tie paa
yo me da ase am sɛ sɛ do kokota o akwanya bia sɛ bibi nkoyi a bitumi ade to court na nim ana afia de bibi di wo ma mu na wani so a court ni ade ko that is talk on note ni be bi ni yasinkrofo bi the petition abasi empam no say chief justice na president sɛ wa se obepam no na ogutu ye ho adwuma sɛ o ye Ghana ni na emra ɛwɔ ma mu nti nema bi wo ha kɔ so a won tiase no de akodan court no say yafa injunction ento yafa te ento president John Mahama so na sa dwumadi na what e badukuo say yan hwehwem no komunyae and mama reasons for them one of them is akwan ya fa so edina asem no or you see what we say mockery of justice just say I atwetwe wo mra kwan mu say ono you say why boni enti amra say fama council of state no munya prima facie wa mo ho wa ate ho hwe ote say oma establish there's a prima facie case and I say mubu an say prima facie e wa he where is the ruling say motena as a committee and am to attract na mo ba congress senka ruling ho to mo for ruling ni mra it is a ruling ni what ya ne ma won to aso o to aso ni as because o kire ade point nti a se me de to so no o mo fi say enso ginam I said the adwuma was I raise issue about some of the judges or multi panel no say I didn't ever can a boat here no me be boa mo ti ade na ma ka panel no na say me may beneficiary to a decision I say na me ka ma nipa kron say na be ya me nso nya ho chefa ye to so bi onso o kan say say na asem no die na be ba so a ye kan petem mo bi ahwe bi emfa camera nsi so na ono wo right say emransi enye ne private obewu ne privacy ni ade abeto abontin ne gidie ne say onya ahwe ntini nya say be kan kukuam emfa to abontin na atani jana so on otiase enye yi to to file opposition say ma court to konu kan na to konu kan mram enya dwuma so mbe wevu privacy no makama obi atino ne sa ne mran kan and was discussing the entire judges no also omo kan ne di asem et sanity afi de we di call we di aba no afi na supreme court no better so no ache na de say ade ne ye di no petem we ya last ye di ni petem ye ya de injunction to so na say to so enye ta no na court no be kire ti court no be hwe mra no no ma kire omo kire a yeah, after that, then you bit much argument that issue.
Enti miura se wohwe ba bia sei asem no ye twe ko ne ye twe ba ye wo ma mi nkunsa ekọ ba nyina no wa bene mrem ebetimi aba se ne dibria no ebebo no ana ye betimi atwetwe ane ya sa dan ama no.
Oh, it's more likely to be upon ocean rulings aba so far. The impression created in say all things being equal be removed. So I say judges and the training applications home. Ocean decisions are no judges not as they believe say so far decisions of Mama the President Mama on two maybe as a or take committee now or any kind of person. And in fact, where I agree with Tokoni is that there are certain pillars of law obotra ebi ni natural justice principle so say ye di obi asem ni ye mitena no asem ni ebua te bi wo constitution ta akra nyamra bi ko tietia fa hodie so o se ma ya de umisa ma no asem ni obua o se prima facie case why ye pabra ye hwe the entire prima facie because they me panchira and the token is right in that extent but procedure there President John Mahama the American can do this set the committee no ate yeah abajafo no yi so that's what he's doing but say ma me ne bedi na say ma won ka bi on tibi there me ne omonya adwene and Supreme Court also mu gina so ye hihye say ne be ya de be ka bi an ma me be nya no ayi ni ehu say we de yi no afisi so fine yes sir kata so mu aso so on na kwache dem the president na appointed judges no and you know the question dem ya bua ya yitokonu the and I heard the woman here now be fight to the latter and you know the fish on me here what is brighter was here permanent problem there but you do we are oni asem ka anya say obekun an hwe boy years ni be no da so gina court ko na abana twom no ma anya hwe obodo ma ho gina atoko just tokonu tokwa
no lawyer nyumre ye de wasepa ne bra wanyama ye ne nkyerɛkyerɛ a wode yakɔ bibia ebesan foforo ye nso wo mra ho bia no ye bɛbɔ opunum ne ye gidi sɛ ye bɔ mu nso abehini yen lawyer William Kusi private legal practitioner waben ewo mremu wono ene ye kɔ ne nkyɛn ekɔgye nkyeremu ewo attorney general wono nso waba asemi mu a wakyerɛ sɛ baabia ma metoko no pɛsɛ wo mo de fa no wo de fa hɔ a ɛhɔ etoro
ya free attorney general sansem ne mo na ya concern foforo mu na aso ya won mo hwema from afradwumede so wo ma Ghana mu e de krata abamonten so wo kire mu se eno adasem a so afo ya wo hwema Ghana man from afradwumede won sam so de betu dwa ya na wo kire mu se Ghana ya tona ya kase ya no awo Washington DC America mamu jese watotum credo campaign wi kire ade ehu kisi kura agu ni botom sa IGP no wo kire mu se de nam so ama ne ba ye no ene won mabo akire ade asem ni nyina akwadan eye auditor general ya enei attorney general so asomu bie na won mo hwe kwampa asem no obetumi ade afaso aka wo bi ama oma Ghana aso ya won mo ahwe nkofo ama won sam so metre Ministry of Foreign Affairs won mo apal empanyifo kukudam a wo mo oduo na wo mo gidie mapa awo mumu sa Ghana embassy ye no awa Washington DC no sa kwabase dane akire de ma wo mo mprempren ya Safo no betumi ahwekire na watoto nneoma ede aboa amagana ye ne monyam ya ye wona kita ye ewo America mamu no asanso asinidada mu biem enam so nti no won mo ahwe animu se nyame ayadom a me bosom ya ye wom ye no ne da etoso aduonu enkono May 29th eno ayeda ya wada won besanso abie Ghana ye embassy ye no ewo Washington DC ye no ya America mamu na atumi aboa ye pa wosi ya chia obi biada pi na momo no mo bia manakoma ntutu se bia asoya no womba betum afebo sanse nei no kra no nyame yadoma ya wada ana wo mu bia mu ade ato ho entisa kwaba no so obi pese otu kwan efri America mamu bo ma Ghana mu ni ade no a enye hawo bia se ne na Ghana fo bi no mo keka tichiru ne amanyofo no ne domkuma no ne bi mo kira se yadu sama season nti e wasa aban no bia mo to ho na wo bi bia do pese wo ba ma Ghana eba je na homani ade safo no nyina tumi ba no wo se won matie na tie omutie ye no nso no won matie na sopam ahunu se ebaboa ama Ghana kora no fa bi no yetumi anya sika ade afri mu nam so nti no nyame yadoma ya wode ade animu yi won basa so abie Ghana ye embassy ye no ewo Washington DC no ade ato ho na atumi aboa na asam no wanam so ma won tumu credo campaign ade ho kisi gura gu mpanyifo botom wo no asam no won mabo akire ama auditor general ene attorney general's department won mo hwe aka asam no na yie akwakoto yie wai ayakrota efra so ya won mo hwe nkofo ama won sam so ewo ma Ghana won mo tena yekase na efia ebe abusia ye ko ensemfoforo mu aban dia tu dwase wo mo yen hyehyɛ free senior high school free SHS hyehyɛ no wo mo ebetre mu pa de akɔ ankrankra suku ahodo nyame yadom a academic year foforo ya ye babɛhyase na ensem we nyina no wo mo de tu dwa na enne wabra wo mo friends semtwofo enhia mu asofo abedi akyi a wo hye enhumasua ensem so Dr. Clement Apak efru simpie no de sa ensemi etu edwa wo se hyehyɛ foforo ya wo
wɔn edi bɛyi nea wɔn enie kane no na wɔn boaboa wɔn ho akɔkɔtwerɛ BEC nsɔhwɛ no na yɛ wɔn akwanya wɔn chusu schools ahodoɔ bɛyɛ ensia ya ɛno no ensia no wɔn akyekyɛm ɛwɔ categories ahodoɔ ensi ɛwɔ ABCD emi sɛ ikura ka ho enti ɛno no egyina wo modern boso category A no benya school wo ho a na kyese no gina de wokɔtwerɛ ye no ɛho results wa aba obi wo ho no kura wotimi ya ade pa enso eba no wanya school no de A bia na wo fele wo nkrata no ana wo choose wo school no wa ye mistake bi wo ma na bibi nti na de saa ohaw no ebeba nti enti saa wo de be de wo se se a choices no se kanene na ye nsia no se se a wo ne ba akwa ka ho 87 choices ena enkoda no benya akwanya no wo mu atusu sansese nyame ya dom a enne na ehya ase etuomu akopim June ne da etosu ensia na wabra Dr. Clement Apak ede ne nsem etu edwa no wochire mu se aban ehyebo ewo wo manifesto mu wabra no wo ye campaign se free SHS no wo ma metwa mu o de mo wo mba be hye mu kena enu ti na se sia no wo madidi nkomo hu se bie redru se wo mede ko ankrankra suku ahodo se de be ya kakran double track say wo mu ebeyi edi afri ho nsem ahodo de tu dwa ne bi enti.
We have been working very, very diligent to bring on board private senior high schools to participate in the delivery of the free senior high school program. Meetings have been held, engagements have been done, and we are very certain that with the diligence that we expect from our side and the eagerness of the private schools to participate, private schools would deliver in their participation. We believe very strongly that in fulfilling this manifesto campaign promise, this is going to serve as an artery in helping us bring an end to what we all describe as the obnoxious double trap.
Dr. Clement Apak ena yeswafo abedi echire ya ohye ehumasua eso
ene enhumasua mu ana yegina yakwa Asante Mantemu na Asante Regional Secretary Edema Ghana National Association of Private Schools yefre omo NAPS no ena ekasa se mampani John Dramani Mahama bra no wo bon 2024 wo shebo bi se wo ba konwa so the private school fo nyina ebeka school placement no ho na ampara ne nuane ampa wo bae wo de aye adwuma na de ma wo bo na ba so nyina ne se wantena fie ene wo bo ni tirimu yoye na mom oba wo mo na so ebe dwene kwan a wo befa so timi aye nhyehyɛ na ebeboa na yewura Nicholas Bambuni wona ye chorchorfo edema Asante Mantano private schools Wamonkrabata
Mahama promise in 2024 no in fact what they are share the AKOSUA here. I'm beginning to think say this government they have good plans for private schools in the sense that even before our announcement money HCI and almost say plans are money say how it can work on. It's a good decision because they know more near money there and my uncle and to we are praying say next academic term no Ghana National Association of Private Schools you say yes and never now the children so no or more in private school you have the monitoring there ya DBA ye won't say yes private schools can do it and program or more so no ya catch almost say the airport so no AKOSUA will take them on and they promise and they have fulfilled it. Only thanks that we are given to the National Democratic Congress. So
Ora Nicholas Bambuni na ya chorchorfo edema Asante Mantano private schools wonmo nkabo muku no
I was what buy it cast your boy Lester Campbell Limited. What do you toothpaste and a brush at Tayachi? Shannon so when you be a warrior cra, a bow, Emma was Senwanka Sano and Munyam Ebem, a CPC ta ya and yasam ketwama. A yar's toothpaste to and a brush. Yar's toothpaste and a brush when you be a warrior, and so I shall see a air to toy. Sakwabasa would you be any one to see a senior best be a das as well. A yasam ketwama, be only afraid. 0501 61 9588 0501 61 9588 and our commercial funds on fair was 0501 390338 and make a hit patching sunye Ebwapa chichiro no bi a waposo yo ya wokoya dwuma ba no wabrɛ da mu ni nyina wodwo ba bia enye woto keta so ase wo nananom aba bɛboro wa nadwono eye ahomeka hit patch na wo hia de hia no so de betare wo bɛda no wasa da biem Kumasi Accra, Cape Coast, Eastern and Africa 0599 802 297 0599 802 297. Raso ni yegyina ne adan ho yepa. Ni akashi no ye de beto aso.
Kweku, minim se wa ye she. Me cry man nane. Now so ebony show one basso.
Man Honsepeno. Ebony condoms comes in different flavors and available in all pharmacies, chemical shops, over-the-counter shops, and pubs. For bulk purchases, contact 055-230-0075. Ebony condoms, Ghana's most pleasurable condoms. Make it worth it.
We got peppermint, strawberry, vanilla, chocolate. We got peppermint, strawberry, vanilla, chocolate.
It only the view is a condom. The condom will then it's not on, but double does got as a condom.
Endpoint Homeopathy Clinic. Ghana had the obi enim say your prostate. Na baby omutibi ye screening ema hu ni ye etu asia. Na e Endpoint Homeopathy Clinic. Anase e kidney, e liver problem. Wo fa baby e na adjujo. Na de fa ne premature ejaculation no a ba ma bi a wo ne wodofo akwakwahia. Asa wo di ne ho agro. Asa wo tonte. Ene ye bra Endpoint Homeopathy Clinic na ye moa wo. E ma ne mema mo pa wo. E ye Endpoint Homeopathy Clinic. Wo mo da mufua. Yare bia infections bi ne wo ho. Anase bia wo hwa wo fa baby na adjujo. Kidney problem, prostate dear, a Endpoint Homeopathy Clinic. Ahinema kokobe kumase baako ho eben Angel Educational Complex no. Na Accra hanso so dear, wo mo gina mu ankasa. E was painted baby friend share signboard no. Who na ubusasa wo pe Endpoint Homeopathy Clinic a obi a ebechiro. For Endpoint e wo 0244867068 and 0274234321. Endpoint Homeopathy Clinic. Wo mo dem fo.
Eh medo. Edrano pa wutimi to boase echichiwusi o ado na so ni se me de yas toothpaste and the brush and the twitwi mesima menya homka senti na ye bokoi na me de me all time favorite yas herbal toothpaste and the brush aboa me amasesei menum so a enwunu anasa de ehia me semfimfem me biem na won hwasa me se aye fita sesrecha homa na et brightens yas whitening toothpaste and the brush and me do shimisi enti na wo se afei na yas total care gel toothpaste and the brush ne de ebo wo se ho ban demu ne nyina ema wonum ye sham. Oh yes, and Crotrodo. Yas Herba, Yas Whitening, and the Yas Total Care Gel Toothpaste, and then the brush. Abusian Chamfa.
Sawo pedudu 2 e won kan ha. For Leicester Ghana Limited, and was 050-161-9588. Leicester Ghana Limited, and the Yas Toothpaste mo ahodo, and then the brush abedwaso, abeboy.
Munde dinam se mena foreign call. Hello.
Hello, Papa. What about to be a new? Say me feel London, Echo US.
Na no crowd who crowd from me mama nia.
Na Papa mo ho to say.
Awurade aduma haboko.
Na ko jejesi. Ekwo basem penemo. De woton adanse ho niam no nso. Wo hye ho de.
Oh, wo hye ho. Ekwo ba. Mesi wo bodwuma kra sre kane no a. Na wodru US won so manfo bandin sa na.
Hey Papa, US hakura de. Na ko jejesi company limited agiba bia. Wo Holland, Germany, France, Italy, London, Canada. Eba adanse ho niam dia. Obia se na ko jejesi company limited. Na matese wo bie depo kesie bi e wo kasoa. E ho na wo bia koto adanse ho niam. Na eye no kure Papa.
Oh, eye no kure pa. A police station in Chenhua.
Hey, a kuoba sempre monono. Onye mereda.
She, we kura no miensemua ene obi en foforo yawo. Baako abu akwase paase kumase. Ene baako so pokuase nkran ha. Obi ase na na kododesi eye bemaba e wa dansi mu. Waton cement, iron rods, banding wires, and Adwoa plywood and just said about dance ro. Te se bibia de she e dansi ase de ko wie. Depo no nyina nso eye tufo bo. Wodu kuka mu a, wodu koja free. Accra we KOSUA depo ene pokuase de no kra to nchen a. Wasa wo bu akoteman, Tantra Hill, Iron City. Amanfrom wasa bie depo kese so e wo Koshiman Kumasi sepase depo no kra da nchen a ebisu magazine road head office no wa bie depo kese so e wo da de ntam edwesu Accra road femeso opposite Alhaji Celia ampaba meboshen Tanoso, Breman, and a month room. Numbers of man for the fray 0244 313 752 and 0244 41 93 93.
Nana Kojesi Company Limited.
Hey, a Kuabas in Primo. Hey, brand new. No, I didn't tell us the friend of Ahomeka hit patch. So what's young? I won't baby. Now they are Tanoso. And let's say what be Nadu. Bra, what's the pain? And yet, sister and I asked Irene now or the Hono into the pattern area. Sister J. Ahomeka hit patch. I tell you, I asked. Name a few minutes and you're ready. Hey, bra, and you miss me the power. After construction, you're not me back and me neck pain. I have a pa. And no, mamma, the papa, and you could see arthritis and the body pains. And you must say, Ahomeka hit patch.
Hey, bra, Ahomeka hit patch. I had my power. The feeling hit to be a bra Mediterranean. I feel pretty away more. Please not do me cry.
I try to so. Say your back pain, waist pain, menstrual cramps, any arthritis and quadia. You should Ahomeka hit patch. What the herbs and oil. It's a ginger and cinnamon. And I at a phone call Alpha Duo Pharmacy, Origin Chemist, Pharma George Accra, Palace Pharmacy, Accra, Buakwa Pharmacy, Takrad, Knock Chemist, Takrad, and Malarigo Pharmacy, Tamale. The BFR 0599 802297. FDA, AGYEIWAAH Kratoyatu.
Sompa Kasiebo. Ajibebia.
I was sure that was so much here in Nayatwa and some no assume. I saw you one more show my gun is a some so and one more diaba. Actual pharmacy doctorate. A degree holders if one and best I was some best do me no and tell one I say. And afeko na yentua one mo ka womala once my any ate nipa na ba se ahasa aduonu baako 321 and aban no ama one mo clearance se bre no one mo sikasam anuama ebetumi akoyie na anansam trofo hyemode ya ekoso no and na ene pharmacist ni bi edi nkomo ema one mo chereche mu akere se one mo ne aso yie papa de aban no waye no one mo kere se wansan so mfa bie mu mra sansa koban se no a ebeboa Ase one moon cram a dana danano, one majuma, one moyeno, or to me INE.
Our person mentioned the case of families not being paid, some 321 people, or pharmacists not being paid on the floor of Parliament when he was reading the budget. Yesterday, he called me, he invited me to his office to update me on what he's done so far with regards to the payment. So when I went, he took me through the things he's done so far, where the work has gone to, and now I can boldly say that, or confidently say that, for the part of the Ministry of Finance is done. So now the next process will be with the Ministry of Health. We are waiting for the Ministry of Health to call us probably as soon as possible, so that we can probably have a sit down talk, or we have around a table talk.
I was here where some for Sham with AKOSUA and Nayotessa from Assistance and one more ebo and Komui.
Ghana Real Estate Developers Association, a charity our friend Grader. One more dia two just say and some happen and some temu CD. Ya chese any $80 see any ama or $1 ya he say brim. Na anwadia bamu a ashenkafo etete ashentuade boso no. Grader for chese o ko no akoto adansie hu niema. Say ne bo den nti na ya ka cho se koto wo na ayi kodojesi honom no. Na nya price said that for man niema no so ano odin ya de sida na ebeja na so. Grader for chese building materials no wo mo de wo mo nti so odogo bi nu abe wo mo ton no wo mo nti ya kura say cement yo iron rod so niema bi e fa dansie hu de ye ka say prices ne da so wo suru ko bisa wo mo a no mo se an e na ba bi e kofa ba ye stock dada no na wo honom ye nton wie ye enti entimi mete wo se sansam no e ya wo mo kane de wone wo mo enya adwene kura executive secretary Edema Grader eye Samuel Amegaibo wone nsem 1243 komo no se we de obesere suppliers no enimenu ya wo mo ntete ne ma no so se de be ya Ghana fo so wo betimi eho ato mo kakra yentie no
enyina na ye support mo when am increase say na say dem amba form na say mo nti so na Ghanaians na mo padan atoto no aden na ye ntete ne ma no so ne face reality enyina benefit na bana ye penny for aban abaso or the international global market situations whatever it is to Ghana's advantage. But why say ye nuanom mo ye importation no? I think it's a greediness kakrebi yabem. They have to face reality. Here na be my argument, and I am order me near say me no me order me never last year. I feel now about me was stuck. I don't think those arguments hold.
And what she and opinion no actually muse one master dipa and woman who say suppliers no ye ka say woman to so krabia na ebi ante so say na no asenkafo ye ya KM for class woman the police for e begu kwan so no ma hwese woman te transport first no so won bete so no was say akwanya bi wo ho no mo a abanya sa pepepe e wo woman a woman ton adansie ne ma no ho ene say police for ne de won be monitor shops ahodo no a ye fa woman monitor say de be ya woman so e bete ne ma no so
ni aban ba ya waye na je say I say at radio so na ye dollar CD exchange rate say na so ya ye wo man mu no ye boto mu nkyere ye kodwa so a enkyere ya ye sisi dan enkyere nti e be ba ne say na benefit no abadown e say ye boy ho o ti say we are operating a free market economy nti aban to me fa in share send a minimum no in share but o metumi de o mo fa nhihye bi mbra na e ma enye compelling krana e ma ye nuanom na omo ye business no omo nya sa atima no omo oman no
Onipa yate ne sesia yi executive secretary Emma Ghana Real Estate Developers Association Owura Samuel Amegaibo
ene yefiri yewura Amegaibo de so a yenko odinje adwumako no wono mabobo ano na de oni amansan de nkuta ho edema Ghana National Fire Service for yewura Desmond Aka na wonna de ato so sesesi ene na nam mframam ebi mo se fire service for ye adwuma wo mo fa adwuma for no mo ne ho ade ene wo se yenka na emfa yakasa fidie so na nto aso wanyina mu se nokore bi enim se unya hu se bibi kwaso saa for no wo mo yes scammers na ansa na recruitment be kwaso okra no se tie bia aban be boso na wo mo de ato wo mo website eno achi obo se graphics ahodo nso de be ba bonten na unya ntese Sompa aka na chese enye nokore ne se hunti yenka na emfa ya fidie so ma mansan nyina asonte se obi bia wono mo fa nyansa kwan bi atwa no soso se Ghana National Fire Service fo fa adwumayefo enti ene ebra na me protocol me mfa wo nhyem na eho ade no wo se nokore bia nim ene nti wo mo de won bibia ye mu da ho fan eno achi wono mo adwuma no nso wo mo de nidie abata ho a wode ye adwuma enti ansa na won be ye bibia ete saa no e fa mra kwan so na emu nso da ho frenchim a ene wa nyina ehunu bie
ene dwumadie bi ekoso ewotema ene ne mpotem sakumo no Ramza site ho no ene enya semketo otema Kropon assembly no wo mu etu anamo sonko adan ahodo ne stores ne kiosk ne keka ho ayesiesi kwan mu ya emwa emma mpotem ho enna ho no wo mu kodwiri ne nyina aguye na sade no wo mu hwe nim se dwumadie ne bekototen kama no ankosa adan ya machines ahodo a wo mu ko renti ye ana wo mu ko han ye se wo mu de ba bedwiri adan no eguno wo mu chem se machine wo mu de ba ye adwuma na ntumi anye emu ohadodo machine no esusa ne mfisuso wo hwa adan ye sisi ho pa ne equipment a wo mu de dwiri no a utim se na ama adwuma no aye den no wo mu echrem se saa machines no na ye China fo bi dia wo mu ho no wo mu ko han no enti wo mu ba ye no wo mu se da bi se de adwuma no sifate ne machines no wa hwa na ko break down enti enam so ma kazakasa kakra esore wo mu anu wo mu di demolition no anim ene China fo no na machines no eye wo mu dia no na deputy director ya oda atoyonchem aboafo aginatukuo nadmo ano ewo mpotem ho Owura Ahmed Rufai ene wo ne Sompa kase atwetwe nkomo no wasu o wedie yare hosem se wo mantimi anwie dwumadie ne se de ne wo mu hwa ni mu nanso nyame ya doma wo chena wo ba beto aso.
At the moment, the machine we are using, the below is short of fuel, and our people are getting the fuel for it. We have not halted. We are just, and since we started the exercise, we've not had a break. There were 3 times I had a break for the past 4 to 5 hours. For the past 4 hours. So he himself has to get some water, some small food there. So we came prepared. That's why you could see that I was talking to the supervisor that how come we come with a machine here and you don't tell us to have standby food. When we decided to do the exercise, in the middle of the exercise, we tell us that there is food. So we also took that opportunity that if that's the case, we should use it as a few 20 or 15 minutes break.
Owura Ahmed Rufai penyi kwanchiofo abedi echire ya oda nadmo ano.
Ene Churchill nso eno amonone ena medoko ebe frɛ ne Churchill. make us say Sir Winston Churchill ena dodo na ne say Rolling Lion ena obi akwa kofa ne mfoni bia eda 5 euro iso na wode akwa yade bi enam saya so ama emra so ne pechi na emra so ne pechi wo mso wonkoda na duafie emfinhia maako mienu esansa saafoni we no otawa ho na wonu mutwa ano ena eno nso ohwemu a afi apem ahankono aduanan baako ena Yusuf Cash wotwa samfoni na sabre no kura no yebeka se na war time prime minister ena wo mofa mfoni na foni no na obi akwa no atu ne krani na wode aye ne photoshop na wono nso de akwaje ne kwanse enam saye so ama meka sei wono aso ne pechi na wode no wo Canada ni ena emra ne se wonkoda mfinhia emienu ewo na duafie na meka sei wodi mfinhia du sianson na enum no wonkomra na mfie ne bi aba beka ho wono mo se bosome wasanamu mfempe mienu ne adonu mienu mu no na hotel staff member bi won se samfoni enenam na ye fake na ne fake no ntentem oti ampanimfo na so ena wono mokokọ hwe ye mu no wo hu se peni no ena edi se adwuma no enti Justice Robert Wedding wono ena tina agwamu a wo mo de Canada ni ebebegina adakam na wo mo bisa no no wogitum se no kre emfoni ne de wo fae no wode ye na ade na ni nyina mu no wodi fonti wo mo mfa ne bone nche no ena wo mo chese we so kura no senka ye na enenam ho nkwanken ha dwene Janua nyina afa ho Italy nom ene ade ama ebinom kura totototo ede ayede wo mo de ye ma ebinom de abobo wo mo demu nenso emra ne se wonkoda afiase emfinhia maako mienu na efurumu fira wo de ye asua de ne obi bia nso a wonimu foto twa ne wotimi dada foto ebe wia fa bi de aye ne de no saafo no nso ahwene yie
Yes, toothpaste and a brush, hot white. Kasiabo anabusia eriyade asomo no hana kasiabo no nyina yade asie anansamo yade bae no ne yade makoti ne bi ayesa so ya warmo hwenko fama ma won samso awo magana mu ade APPIAH etrase warmo tena kase ye wo Washington DC a warmo atutum go no nyame yadoma ya wada ye die nemu empanyifo besa bi
Sarah Sunyede Ebremo se asante mantemu dwamtreni ema NPP amunyoku no iyokofo akofa no
ye pentam no yewura abansoma na babe wono nso de atoso se emrase badwafo hweye pa se wo mo nhyehyɛ mrachi enkoye de etiamra
na ebika wenom on ya boaboa no bra Lester Company Limited wado ya toothpaste and a brush aso ya sene 0501 619 588 ahomeka hit patch nsunye wenya bia wawie kura 0599 802 297 anafi
Endpoint Homeopathy Clinic eho na akwa eyemrebo mu yade ana ntinimu de ebia na yesamu eye wawodie mu ana adwonso twa mu a utimi ka se am free ahene makokobin kumase ana facial signboard eno yes Pinterest akwana so nkran eno achi AGYA special local foods enuane pa hemfie hacho atomic ho wode ne local foods no empani nuane abefo de ni nyina ye papa wode akande papa na ewe no eso yasene bi 21st clinic sciatica commandant ampa wonu na sciatica pacesetters no wo mu na ye hwehwemu hunu yade no nti wotimi twabo sompo kobro ni krom ekosabro ni fita sciatica eyade nti abo bi do sade a wode sua preku na doctorfo no wonu mu sua 21st clinic Dr. Blessed Foster edano Dr. Sister Somo Tantra Herana Bat no so ho ebo adwuma so onya kɔ hɔ no wo mu ye hwehwemu ehunu sɛ yade ete so no eye osa enure de be ma no Haxa capsules na mixture eka ho bi eno de ye osa tamfo esan sɛ osa suro no kuro bi e woni padua no wo nom ne sɛ ekunum no eye bafua na mo wafa afuro wo ma akoda no fo ana woni mfinhia du mienu a enye mma wonom a atimi adi award e wo Central Steel nsam no na AGYEIWAAH Company Limited ene yetimi boni din adanse ho ne ma papa ahemfie ansa na bedru 21st clinic kufiri achimote kwa wonsani fa so Tantra Hill ho a wo ho ebo adwuma kuma so wo ho ese wa asemfnama waje ba bia eno ane so ne beka so 0204355040 anyumre wo madama ena anuanom baasa triple A mine AGYA Apam DADAA a madam mano menemano
Adwoa Asare enafi
AKOSUA AGYEIWAAH KODIE boatin
na AKOSUA mi se Facebook message no ba ku mienu bi pe na yen sorry Rahim Rankin say the best news with the romantic voice is on Sompa was we here live African Tampo yeda say ofofro de so de abohene na message bi o say best news in GH na just Ghana had the whole yeda say ofofro de was chema wuntumi na se sia ne de abayo was ne we next in line nana B enti more fire on them asemo ono so dia wode aba eno no anti AKOSUA go so atubi amane yen was say authentic hot bite news yeda se papa enti adwenche no bi na yede afamu ede amamu no
ye fa Sompa 93.1 enu ekumasa santimantem mu afia yiko 100.9 so na yegina ho Adam Fupa Radio France Paris abrochima mu ne yenye na takwa Sompa 101.1 takura de Sompa 103.3 101.3 edoma hinkro Sompa 98.9 sunyane buna hinkro NFA 106.1 no ye techiman 90.7 ye nkransa bono Easterfa na decoder no so Sompa FM Sompa FM live YouTube na Facebook wa Sompa 106.5 FM Accra na Sompa FM live ho anso ye ho www.sompaonline.com ensemi nyina yakwa kohwie gu ho a okwa benya bi na wakenkan tune in nso na yegina ho